I'm sorry you keep saying role playing, and I know what you're getting at, but I just imagine somebody like donning the Magneto helmet for like a nice, sexy time with their wife, and it's just I don't judge, I don't kink shame.
Today we have a new Beast Wars line, Marvel Legends and Gargoyle pre-orders, and some solid pickups for the week. Welcome to the Collectorists Podcast. Hey Matt, how's your day going?
My day is going well, Kevin. Thank you for asking. How is your day going?
It's a great day to collect.
Sure, always a great day to collect. I like that.
We have some big news here coming up. Both fans of Beast Wars back in the day, if I'm not mistaken, and we saw some cool new stuff from them. Before we get too deep into that, we do have some other news for the week. First off, Lexington from the Gargoyles. If you've been following along, you have noticed that I have started this line and dove deep into it. Do you have any fond memories of Gargoyles, Matt?
I just remember the act of watching it. Like nothing really stands out to me. I just remember that it was on and I watched it. Like I have a horrible childhood memory. And by that, I mean, I don't remember a lot of things. Not that I have horrible childhood memories, although I do have those too. But I think that it's impressive if I remember watching a show as a kid. So this one, it wins because of that.
There we go. So yeah, this is available for order. Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, your usual places. I have mine pre-ordered. I'm excited for it. I've got another piece of the collection coming in that's supposed to be shipping soon. I may have already shipped.
I really wish that you could display them behind you, so that way, as you watch the show progress, it's just slowly more and more gargoyles are taking over, and then this just naturally becomes a Gargoyles podcast.
Yeah, it's it's an extension. It's a possible extension. Put in the comments if you want us to start a watch along of all the Gargoyles episodes. I don't.
If I do that, right? Sure. If I do that, I'm gonna have a couple gummies first, but
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I started watching it during the pandemic, and I didn't make it past. They switched kind of the format in the last season, and I just couldn't get through it. But
you made it to the last season, though.
Yeah, I think it was only 3 or 4 seasons, but the first 2 seasons, wonderful. They hold up. Watch them if you haven't yet, and if you have, tell me if they hold up or if they didn't for you.
I remember this guy though.
Yeah. So
sorry.
Try and sway Matt to watch that. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But if you let us know enough, we might. Moving on. So Gargoyles, good stuff. We'll get into some more into that in the pickups. But we also have here under our news. These are the Biddy Pops. Have you even heard of these before, Matt? I had not.
No, this is your breaking news. I mean, like, listen, we have how many different pops do we have? Because we have the big ones, and listen, I collect pops, so like all whatever, credit to Funko. But like we got the giant ones, we got the regular size ones, obviously. We have the Coke or the soda can ones.
You have the diorama ones?
There's the diorama ones, there's the album covers, the tours, the sports cards ones, the wrestling ring ones, a whole bunch of sets. And now apparently Funko was like, hey, we you know what? I don't think we're making enough. And there's not enough Ninja Turtles merch out there. Yes. So
that's the thing. They need turtles. They need turtles and they need pops. Give everybody what they want.
Right, exactly.
So these are about an inch tall. Do you have any of the Seinfeld ones? I know you were eyeing those a while ago.
No, the diorama. No, I was waiting to buy them all in one, and then I did a big Funko purge and cleared out like most of my Funkos. Like I'd say like at least half of them. And after that, I didn't look back. I got super strict on my collection on Funkos, and
you have to. There's so many, you just have to get strict.
Correct. And they're the perfect price point. And maybe this is where these are coming in, because it's like I don't know if you've noticed, but like Funko prices have been going up and up and up lately. I mean, they're not crazy expensive, but what used to be like $7-8 now they're like 11-12 depending on what retailer you're going to. And maybe this is them trying to get another cheaper option out there. You'll have to educate me. Are they available individually or is it just as a set?
So, yeah, that's a cool thing with this. I don't know if it's cool, but it's smart on their end. So these are about an inch tall, so not super big. And with these, they're available in sets of 4. There's 3 sets of them. However, you have there's these random ones too. So you get some of them are only available as randoms. So kind of cool to have the blind box type thing. However, that bothers me as a collector who there's some of them you can only get through the blind, and I need to make sure I get it. I don't want to get a double pack, like 2 of the same one or something.
Right. You're probably gonna have to buy them pieced out on eBay or something, or
Yep.
on a collector's group.
Yep.
Yeah, listen, I'm not a fan of blind boxes, and I understand some people really like them. To me, it just seems like we found a way to turn collecting into gambling. And
some people like that.
No, sure. Listen, like the modern capitalist society, let's like find a way to make the most money off of everything, right? So we got microtransactions in our video games. Now we got blind boxes on toys and collectors items and stuff for children. So get them started young. I mean, we're doing a good job of that. But like back to the mini Funkos, I think they were small enough already. I know they've been making the diorama ones, which are about an inch tall, so I'm assuming that's what these are going to pretty much be.
In that scale.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to buy them. Probably have no intention of buying them, but now clip that because I'm probably eventually going to crack and buy some WWE themed one that they release, or they're going to do like the Nitro stage, but with the 1 inch. And then I'll just buy it and I'll just cry, and then Funko will stand over me. It's going to be the meme where it's like the dad standing over the kid with the belt, and that's Funko, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, I'll buy all of them.
So moving along, still with the turtles, as you said before, there's a crap ton of turtles. But NECA, these last few, we just recently announced a couple things. Toy Anxiety, wonderful channel for YHS, and also a cool podcast. They were able to have the exclusive on these NECA TMNT 3 movie turtle figures. Do you remember the third movie at all? Because I remember those. I had the figures of the original ones. They were awesome.
Yeah, no, I remember those figures, and yeah, I do remember that movie and how awful it is. I had them all on VHS tape growing up.
Awesome.
Like, sure, man. That's where they go back in time to like feudal Japan or something like that.
And you can see the outline here. You can see the outline of their samurai stuff and the lantern. And I might need this. It's a 4-pack. It's San Diego Comic-Con. You'll probably be able to get it again in like individual ones, but like I'm itchy. I'm itchy for it.
If I was going to get those, it would only be as the 4-pack, and would probably be more just because they look cool and not because I have like some secret affinity or longing for TMNT 3.
It's fair.
Did they ever release Vanilla Ice from TMNT?
No. You got to think that they have probably tried.
Right.
They've tried a lot of things, and some it takes a while. There were some with a likeness. I know there was an April O'Neil, I think, from the first movie. Maybe they were having trouble with the likeness, but they've were able to get through with that.
Ultimate April O'Neil.
Exactly. So I'm assuming eventually. I know NECA does other things like music stuff. So you got to think if they have a Willie Nelson, they can probably do a Vanilla Ice.
Why not?
Yeah. And speaking of people that didn't have figures before, Vanilla Ice did not. He's from the second one, and also from the second one. This is Keno. I don't know if you remember. This is the kid protagonist in the second movie. Delivers pizzas and stumbles upon the turtles, and joins their team and fights. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go!
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go! I mean, that's the best part of the Secret of the Ooze. Well, that and Kevin Nash.
Yeah, Kevin Nash is Super Shredder for sure. Yeah, he should have got a Oscar for that, but it's another story for another time, I guess. Some cool figures for the Comic-Con coming up, San Diego. That is approaching. I don't know the date off the top of my head, but it's always a fun time in the summer. I don't get to go. I just watch at home.
I'm really curious as to what other toy lines have up their sleeves. There always is like some really cool, unique releases for Comic-Con, and I can't wait until you and I can just like devote an entire episode to just breaking down all the different drops that we saw for Comic-Con, especially WWE.
For sure. Yeah, when we get closer, we'll do a prediction episode. The movers and shakers of Comic-Con, you're welcome to invite us. You can even pay for airfare and lodging, and we'll be happy to go.
If you give us passes, I'll pay for lodging and airfare.
No, I'm saying if they want to do that, I want to start here, and if they want to be like, well, here's some tickets. I'm just gonna start honest and let them know. Listen, here's the deal. You get me passes, which you won't, but if you did, I'll pay. I'll figure out how to get. I'll get there. I don't know how, by hook or by crook. I'll be there. I will walk it. 500 miles and I'll walk 500 more just to go to Comic-Con.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, some cool releases. Also in the news this week, and more recently, not really this week. So this is from the new Flash movie, which so it's. I mean, the movie itself is controversial because of the star,
Right.
but these figures are really cool. This is Batman '89 style figures from McFarlane Toys, and but you see here, Unmasked is a Target exclusive. But the other one you can get elsewhere. But I think these are pretty cool.
Yeah, they're awesome. I have like no offense. I have no interest in the unmasked one. It's cool that they offer it, and I like that they do those. I think I had the Peacemaker at one point, but yeah, I listen. Batman '89 is something that will always have a special place in my heart. I remember having that on VHS tape as a kid. Weird shout out for VHSs in this episode. And I used to watch it over and over and over again. I even remember it had a Diet Coke commercial before the movie on the tape that I would always watch. That was like him zooming through, and like I think Michael Keaton wasn't in it. I think it was just Alfred. But
they didn't pay the big Keaton bucks.
No, they couldn't afford Keaton. That was like almost prime Keaton, like right up there with Birdman Keaton.
Ooh.
No, but yeah, so I love that movie, and I will probably buy that even though I don't really need to, because like I said, I am a sucker for anything that is Tim Burton Batman related.
So
mainly 89.
They've got the Batmobile for this too. So another thing for another day, but there's a little thing for you. Honestly, though, I'm a little different. You said you would not get the one without the helmet. I feel like I would get the one without the helmet. I like the idea that it is Michael Keaton, and you can see it's Michael Keaton, and I think that's kind of cool. But
I need to see the face sculpt more, because like from this picture, it looks more like Matt Damon with gray hair than it does Michael Keaton. But if it actually looks like Keaton, yeah, I'll consider it. But I just, man, that cowl is so like to me. Cool. Yeah, to me, like it's like iconic, and so like I want the cowl with the neck that doesn't move.
Yep. I think it's a cool figure, and I don't really collect DC much, but this is tempting.
Yeah, that's the one thing from DC I would probably get.
Same. So moving along there, that's a figure there. Another recent release here just this week. Pre-orders went up for, this is the West Coast Avengers 5-pack. This is for the Marvel Legends series figures. You have a wider variety here. I mean, things you know, like Spider-Woman and Pym and Iron Man. And there's a few others there that I'm not super familiar with, but I'm sure this is going to be, I know I've heard of the West Coast Avengers. I'm aware of them. And I know some people are clamoring for this. So it's cool to see it released.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely more of like an old school Marvel throwback, and you could just tell by the design, like the suit design on Iron Man there. Yeah, no, like I am vaguely familiar with West Coast Avengers. I know that they also had like the Great Lakes Avengers, which like here's the thing is that when I hear West Coast Avengers, because it hasn't really been a big line or anything like that, or movies franchise or even comic franchise for modern day. I think of just like some parody video where they're just like making fun of people that live on the West Coast,
like an SNL sketch,
right? Like the Californians or something. Like I could do that, and I could make some really bad jokes about like avocado toast and legal cannabis or something. But I'll just leave that for the joke makers and just say that these are cool. I like the old school design. I don't really collect any Marvel outside of Spider-Man or Spider-Man, as I call him, and yeah, but no, these are cool, and I like that they're. I mean, listen, they've been made so many of these figures that I guess they have to branch out and go to the deep cuts, but these are the ones that some of the hardcore collectors want, so it's really cool. You know, if you're going to do a 5-pack like this, the people that are interested in this are going to be people that want all 5 of them, that are going to buy them all. This is not something that like Timmy's going to be going down the aisle at Target and be like, I want that. Like, no, this is
with a 125 price tag.
Yes,
Timmy's
exactly.
mom is not going to be buying this for him. We know figures are expensive, but Timmy's mom is not going to do that.
No,
but a cool set here. I like the 5-packs. I think it's cool for them to do like a whole set, much like the Turtles. You get them all in one fell swoop. You don't have to try and. I mean, the hunt's fun, but it's also nice just to have them being done.
Right.
But go ahead in the comments. What team have you not seen yet that you wish they would put out soon? For me, I mean, I can't think of really thing off the top of my head. I think it would be cool to have like a set of the Avengers from the first movies. Maybe like the Avengers, like a pack like of that. But for this, I don't know. I think that'd be cool. But
yeah, I want them to do more stuff like special packaging for people that are mint on card collectors. Like, I love it when toy companies do special packaging because they know most people aren't going to open them. Like, I just have it handy because I showed it on the last episode, but like this Brody Lee AEW box set where it's like him and his son together. Like, that's just like a cool kind of design, and they've had other ones, like whatever, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm all for them doing more sets like that because, you know, there is a huge sect of collectors who are, you know, mint on card collectors, and they want interesting things to display in their collection.
For sure, for sure. Definitely a cool idea with those displays, and I like to see how they kind of reinvent, and especially now that plastic is back. It'll be
hashtag plastic is back. Hashtag screw Mother Earth.
But supposedly it's better for the Earth plastic. I don't know. I feel like it's not true.
Oh, magic plastic.
Magic plastic. Trademarked.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
They're just going to raise the price by like $5. They're like, well, we had to make the special plastic. You guys,
the magic plastic, it costs money.
You guys all complained and whined and cried when we got rid of the plastic, so we brought it back. But the figures are going up $5.
Yep. Here's your magic plastic. So also we have in the Marvel Legends line. It's interesting that they put it in this line. So it's not an actual figure. This is part of a role play item here. But this is a Magneto helmet, and I think it's of note because this is really our first Marvel Legends Marvel Legends item from X-Men 97 coming out this fall soon. I'm excited for that. And this, I just feel like, is the first drop in the bucket of what will come.
Yeah, dude, I think this is awesome. Like, again, these are things that I don't collect because I just don't have the space or the money for it. But
real estate.
That's awesome, man. I love Magneto. He's always been one of my favorite parts of the X-Men. I love that we're getting a look at X-Men 97, which I feel like I've been waiting for about 5 years now. So I'm excited to finally get a hint at what we might be seeing here in the coming months. But at the end of the day, like, it's a cool, those are actually nice helmets. I one time bought a War Machine one because it was on clearance for like $20 at GameStop. And I was like, screw it, I'll buy it. And it was really nice. Like, I opened it up. It was awesome. I ended up selling it because I just had no purpose for it. No, I didn't need it. It didn't like it was just kind of awkward in my collection because it was the only helmet or anything like that I had. But they're really cool. It was pretty high quality, like all things considered, especially when I only got it for $20. It's definitely a line that if you're a big Marvel collector, I think you should be collecting that line because it's just like a really cool, unique collection item.
And Hasbro does some other cool stuff, like with the Power Rangers. They have their helmets and their weapons too. So that's kind of cool. And I'm trying to think, what else could they do for the X-Men? Because really, most of them, like Cyclops has his like visor thing, but like, how would you display that?
Right. Now, I don't know. There's I was like, I don't think you want to do like a decapitated head.
That'd be weird. I mean, I don't know.
Disembodied is technically the correct term, but I prefer decapitated.
Disembodied, yes. Well, but I mean, you got to think if they're doing this, they're going to do more probably. So I don't know what else.
You could do Wolverine.
Yeah, the helmet. Yeah,
dude, you could do the Cerebro helmet.
Yeah, thing. I guess if the purpose is to role play and not display, that's fine then. I mean, they could do the box, just have the box of the visor.
I'm sorry you keep saying role playing, and I know what you're getting at, but I just imagine somebody like donning the Magneto helmet for like a nice, sexy time with their wife, and it's just
no, it's a choice. It's a strong choice. No, I hear you.
I support it. Listen, if you want this helmet so that you can wear it during romantic times with your significant other or others, I don't judge, I don't kink shame.
Live your best life.
Put that in the comments below. I can never figure out where to put my giant meaty finger. Right there.
Put it wherever.
No, don't put I type. Use it, type comments down there.
Yes. There we go. Use your meaty fingers to type in the comments.
Said put on the Magneto helmet.
Yeah, put on the Magneto helmet. So we'll see what other kind of role play they have. Whichever kind you need it to be.
I'm officially 5 years old. Wow, that's more like 11 or 12. I give myself some credit.
Moving along, we have Beast Wars. There's a new line from Super7 Reaction, and these Super7 Reaction figures are the ones like the 80s little figures. These look pretty cool. There's some nifty, some good characters, some heavy hitters. Optimus, Dinobot, Cheetor, Black Arachnia, and Megatron. Looks kind of in scale. Those that are bigger are bigger. Those that are smaller are smaller. I'm interested, kind of, but at $20 a pop, I can't dive in.
I can't, like, with these reaction figures. One of two things needs to happen for me to even like consider buying more of them, because I own one, and it's Joel Embiid because he is my favorite basketball player. But anyways, they either need to make the carding more like special, for lack of a better term, like either thicker or sturdier, like make it pop more, or they need to lower the price on them. Like one of the two things, because if that was like a $10 line, I'd be like, that's cool, man. You buy those, you can display them, they make a cool, like I would not open them, but if they're $10, maybe you do open them. But like for $20, no, thank you. I would just get the retro ones that they're re-releasing, or even if I really wanted to, go old school and buy the original ones.
Yeah, you're paying $100 for the whole line, and I can't, like, even 50. I'd be like, maybe, but they don't transform either. So some people are against that, and I'm not as staunch. The comments in that post from NECA, I'm sorry, not NECA, Super7. They feel just in all caps, if it doesn't transform, it's not a Transformer.
I mean, they bring up again. First of all, I don't want to piss off Transformers fans. I don't want any part of that smoke. Secondly, yeah, they're not wrong, man. And I told you this when you and I were messaging. To me, they reminded me of the old school Transformers McDonald toys. Like, I don't know if you remember those.
I remember those. Those were cool.
But that literally is what those look like. And those were free with a Happy Meal. I mean, that was when a Happy Meal was like 99 cents or something.
Matt, these don't even come with a Happy Meal.
Right, exactly. I don't even get like a 4-piece nugget and some fries and like dipping sauce or whatever. Like, come on, man.
At least give me the dipping sauce.
Give me something. Yeah, that Big Mac sauce.
So yeah, I mean, these are some nice figures, I guess. It'd be interesting. I like the idea that they're branching out. It's different. It's cool that the property line is willing to explore other ways of doing it. I know TMNT has kind of oversaturated itself with the idea that they have gone through so many different companies and different varieties and different styles. I think that's kind of cool, and it's interesting to see other intellectual properties doing the same thing. So kind of starting it, I guess.
Yeah, and it gives, listen, if there has to obviously be collectors out there who really like the reaction line from Super7.
Mm-hmm.
I am not one of those, but obviously there are people that like them. Mm-hmm. I'm all for listen, if people are willing to buy them and companies want to keep making them, make as many different lines as you want for different figures and let everybody collect how they want to collect. Just me.
If the market can support it, then go for it.
Yeah, I'm all for it, man. Make everything.
Collect what you want. If you have a different take on this and want to convince me otherwise, please let me know in the comments.
Let me know. Yeah, actually, I would love to hear somebody's point of view that does like these, and not in like I want to know, like, what am I missing, or what do you really like about them? Like, seriously, put that down there and let us know, because I would love to hear from somebody who actually enjoys collecting this line.
Who actually enjoys it.
I'm sarcastic. I mean it in all honesty. Like, if you like these, that's awesome. Like, kudos to you. Just like, explain to me why. Mm-hmm. Tell me why. That sounds so condescending, but
I
mean it.
We don't mean that condescending.
Earnestly.
Just let us know. Let us know what you think. So also along the Beast Wars line, we're kind of a Beast War heavy show today, with some pickups and otherwise. But I do want to touch base. These are the Hasbro from the movie. They're coming out. We have Cheetor here, Air Razor there. And between the two of these, my biggest complaint is they're not really toyetic. Like, they don't pop out.
Yeah,
like, you look at Cheetor there with the brown, and then you look at him here with the yellow in the middle top, and it's just, they don't pop.
I think it's the problem with making the figures, and I understand why, but they're based off the movie, obviously. And so it's like you end up with ones that look more, I don't want to say realistic because they're Transformers, but like
more, I understand. Yeah.
more, yeah, like more what they would look like if hypothetically they were real instead of like the cartoony, neon colored. Yeah, like I agree with you. If I was a kid and I saw the retro ones, which I think you'll talk about here in a little bit, and then I saw that, I would be like, oh, I want the retro one, man. Like I want the yellow. I want Cheetor with yellow and the big black spots and everything. I don't want this guy. But again, collectors, different lines. There are going to be people that want the movie line. But yeah, and they just kind of look like dull to me.
Yeah, it does. And it's different strokes for different folks. Maybe it'll look different in the wild, but for now,
yeah,
I'm gonna pass on these. I wanted to want them, but did not.
Yeah. They have a really cool display going on at Walmart, I want to say. Yeah, they have like a really cool end cap that they've put together for Beast Wars, which looks pretty cool.
Okay. Well, we'll have to maybe I'll check that out. Yeah. So along that lines, I guess I'll dive into some pickups for the week. But I got a really good deal. Speaking of Walmart, Walmart.com. You can buy your figures wherever you need to, but shout out to Walmart.com.
Use promo code Collectorists for nothing.
Yes, for nothing. This carding's coming off. Speaking of the yellow right popping, we have here.
That's awesome.
Cheetor. Yeah, no, that
is my Cheetor. Hashtag that's my Cheetor.
Hashtag not my Cheetor. No, this one is. So these are from the 2018 re-release. I believe 2018. Recent re-release. These I believe the same sculpts. It's more of a cheaper price point, comparable price point, but also you can get them complete and you can get mint on card potentially. Except mine is falling apart as you can see, so that's not great. Good thing I'm gonna open it anyways. So Cheetor. This is the first set. I think I'm going to just do the Maximals, the good guys.
Yeah.
Just because I need limits. The good guys from the first season.
I remember I had that Cheetor. I remember that. I love the pack. I think Cheetor might have been the only one I had, but I love that packaging.
See, I didn't. The packaging is iconic. It's exactly as I remember it. I remember being in KB Toys and seeing this.
Bring me back.
I know, right? But that's the coolest. I didn't have this. I had like the trans metals or whatever. I guess I wasn't into it enough when it first started, and so I missed.
Yeah,
it's the thing is you miss some of these toys when you're younger because you're a kid and your birthday might not line up when the first wave comes out.
Even better, we got them when we're 33.
Exactly. So him, I also have here with just as sad carding here. This is Rat Trap, a little less lovely in the display, but because he's not as bright and poppy as Cheetor, but still really cool. Back carding. I don't know if you remember the little cards they could have in the back, so that's kind of cool.
That's cool. I love this trend of just essentially re-releasing retro toys.
Oh, do it. Love it. I love it because
I'm here for it.
We want it. Yeah.
Yeah, because for those listen, there are still the people that want like the original OG. You can go out, you can buy those, you can spend the money for them. They're more expensive typically. But if you want to have something that looks just like it, but it costs a fraction of the price, these are amazing options.
Yep. 100%. And finally here with the last thing, just because it was all one, you had to get free shipping.
Right, they make you, they twist your arm.
I know, right? And this is Primal. This is one of the big old Ultra ones, not even deluxe, but Ultra. And so yeah, I didn't have this guy, but I had friends who did, and he was always really cool. I think he shoots missiles out of his butt potentially, so that's something to look forward to.
Legend.
Yeah. I'm excited to get these out of the box. I'm kind of in a potential moving situation. We're in the house hunt, so I don't want to get anything set up because then I'm going to have to put it away.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll say the heck with it and just put it up. You never know.
I listen, dude. Beast Wars was the only Transformers show that I ever really watched as a kid. Like I saw old episodes in like the original movie here and there. But Beast Wars was the one that I actively remember. Like, I do remember watching that one. Like, I didn't with Gargoyles. Like, I remember watching it, but I didn't remember any bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Like Beast Wars, I remember that was in the morning on Fox. I would watch that religiously. Like, I loved that show. I thought the 3D animation at the time was just
it was
blew my little
edge.
mind.
It's terrible now, but it's cutting edge.
Oh, for sure. Now it's like kitschy, but like it's funny. It's cool for a different reason.
Mm-hmm.
No, I love that show. I am probably gonna go see the movie. I know it's not.
At least gonna stream it.
Part of me just wishes they would have just made it like Beast Wars. Like, get rid of the humans. Like, get them out of here.
They could do it in the future when the planet's destroyed.
Yeah, sure. I don't care. I just don't need to see people. Like, get people out of here. Like, I want to see these giant robot animal things fight each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I saw some comment where the one like big producer for the Transformers franchise, when he was asked about the possibility of Beast Wars years ago, was like, I don't really, I don't know. That's not the question for me. I don't really get it. Like, they're animals, but they're also machines. And I'm like, but you understand cars transforming into jets?
Machines both ways.
Right. Like, oh, that's fine. Like, that's cool. But like, we talking about animals that are made up of machines.
That's too much. It's too funny. I watched I forget who was through some video detailing the history of Beast Wars and the idea of like the original Transformers. They were moving away from it and they're trying to get more story driven. And I think that's why I like Beast Wars, was because it wasn't stupid, or it didn't treat us like we were stupid. It was, things were different every week. If something changed one week, it's gonna be different the next. And that was a nice little touch to it that made it kind of kept the continuity and made it interesting.
Yeah, one of the few cartoons that I could think of from back then that was like actually telling like a story, an overarching story. I mean, there were a few, like I know X-Men and Spider-Man would do like 2 or 3 episode arcs, like mini ones, but like that was a full narrative story that they were telling. Yeah, I need to go back and rewatch those because it's been a long time.
I think it's for free. You can get it on like Tubi or something.
Interesting. Well, check it out.
I had the DVDs a while back. I don't think I do anymore, but good stuff. So yeah, they have those. I also have a few others, unfortunately. Not unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So I finished up my Ninja Ranger collection this week. This is the Yellow Ranger. Nice. Again, the box you can see here, but I knew it was going to be like that, so that's why I got it, because I'm going to open it. It was cheaper that way. So
yeah,
this is part of the puzzle. Excited for that. And all of the Jason David Frank figures have all skyrocketed in price since his unfortunate passing. But this, I was able to snag this one for a decent price. It just came actually an hour or two ago. So that's I'm excited to have this one. Kind of finishes my collection, and again, I want to display it potentially. So we'll see. I don't know. Next week, I might have a display. We'll see. Yeah. So those, and then to wrap it up here, and these are, I've got one on its way, but these are two of my near the end of my collection here of the Gargoyles. Again, we'll see if they end up there next week. But opening it up here. This is Bronx. But you can see here it's got the top. I think that's that's for Goliath. I think it's so he can be. It is for Goliath. It can be. So he doesn't have to have like widespread. It can just be like that.
Yeah.
So just they had it for everybody else, but it's cool that has that. But this guy, I mean, he's kind of smaller, but that kind of gives an added value.
Right.
Kind of nifty how they do that. And then also have lastly his buddy Hudson here. There he is. Hudson.
Yeah. I love the box art on these guys.
I know, right? This is Mean Mug there and cool sword. And it's, great box art overall. It's really cool looking. Would be cool displayed, kind of bigger to display, but I don't know. Like I said, these are eventually going to be flying up there. So kind of, that's going to be, I feel like it's, once you dive into a line, once you get caught up or get to a point where you're good for now and you can start getting them as they get re-released, I feel like that once you hit that line, you're like, okay. I don't know about you, but I dive way too quick and I'm like, all right, I need to catch up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm always like, all right, we're gonna do this slow, Matt. We're gonna do this slow, and then it's like I wake up like Bruce Banner from when he comes down from being the Hulk, and I'm like half naked in a field, and I'm like, what happened? And there's just like boxes, empty Amazon and eBay boxes strewn about all around me at my feet.
Yes.
Yeah, no. So I listen. I'm the same way. I totally get it.
It is what it is. I guess there could be worse things.
You go toy blind.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go toy blind. It's okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So those are my pickups. Hopefully next week I have less. But what do you got this week?
Yeah, so I have a couple of things, and the first one is another AEW figure to follow up on last week. A lot of been very wrestling heavy lately. I think I might work in a few other non-wrestling here pretty soon, but this
You
week
live
it's
your
still
life.
just
Whatever
wrestling.
you like.
No, I understand, but listen, they're not everyone that watches this is a wrestling fan. So so this one, I'm actually going to open this. So I'm starting a new AEW collection where it's going to be just some of my favorites or some of the ones that I think are really toyetic. And I'm going to display them in one of the basic AEW rings, which were everywhere for like the first 2 years of those figures being out. Now I can't find one for the life of me. And I can find it online if I want to pay like $20 in shipping, but I'm kind of just like playing it cool. Like I could order it for like $30, I want to say, but I'm kind of playing it cool and just kind of waiting to see if I find it. I'm waiting for that figure fate, you know?
Yeah.
But anyways, one of the in that collection is Miro. This is
that's really
one
cool.
I picked up on their sale that they got
Ringside?
going. Yeah, the Ringside Memorial Day sale.
That's one I'm really tempted to
It comes
get.
with the TNT Championship, and it has the TNT Championship like art on its tights, which I like. The one thing I'm definitely going to be changing the face on this because I probably can't. The face on the
oh no,
that's rough.
He looks
like this one. This one's okay. This
Either
one,
way,
no bueno.
I don't even know
And
what that is.
one,
it's not Miro.
Yeah, I know, dude. He looks like he's high. Like he needs to be mean mugging. So luckily they gave me a mean mug face, so I'll be changing that. And
oh wow, that's really quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gimmicked the box a little bit. I cut the tape a little bit earlier.
Hogan doesn't say how he cut the shirt. Hogan doesn't.
Sure, but I don't want listen. I don't want anyone scared by my sudden angry outbursts. Okay. Other thing that I picked up, and this is a follow-up. If you follow it last time on the Collectorists, at the end of it,
subscribe so you can follow these riveting stories.
Subscribe, notification, comments, follow Kevin home, whatever you gotta do. Okay, so I was teasing that I was debating getting the retro NWO figures because Ringside just wants to mess with my heart. And after I placed an order, sent me an email saying that they're available right now.
The day they arrived too, right? Your first batch.
Right. Yeah. So I bought these. They actually got delayed a couple times, got rerouted. I was starting to get worried that they had been lost in the motion, but they finally arrived actually just earlier today, similar to yours, just a couple hours ago. First I got Hall and Nash.
Those are cool.
Dude, listen, these are really cool. So like I was opening this right before the show so I could show this because they come in like a really cool
like a 4-pack, right?
Box. Yeah. So it comes in this box, which I think is just a really cool like display.
It's cool.
Like, I'm definitely gonna have that. And then I was gonna open these because I was like, yeah, man, I'll just open them and display them. But then I got them and I'm like, I don't know if I want to open these. They just look like this is just a super cool packaging.
Yeah.
Like they actually have like really good like detail and stuff on them, all things considered, for them just being like the basics or like the retro.
Yeah.
And then the other 2-pack, because they were just like, listen, we got to put a fourth person in there. And they were like, all right, we're gonna do Hogan and 6. So get Sean Waltman some royalty money. Why not?
Well, okay, so if you weren't going to do Sean Waltman, who would you do? Who would you have in there? Who would be the fourth man? Who's the fourth man?
I mean, I feel like Macho Man's an easy answer, but they've already kind of done an NWO match. I don't know, maybe Luger. Get weird with it. Like get something different. Like, I mean, Luger has to have just as many, if not more, fans than 6. Although I guess D-Generation X for X-Pac, but no, like these are really cool. And now I don't know if I'm gonna open them. Like I'm like legitimately And like even like the plastic on them is really nice. Like it's not like glued on there. It's like actually like there's actually like like the sliders.
Oh, like the major bendies kind of.
Yeah. And so I just like I don't know, man.
Well, that's really cool. You might be able to slide them out potentially.
That's what I'm trying to do. I don't know why I'm doing this on camera. I'll mess with that later. That'll be.
Let us know how that goes. Listen,
yeah, for sure. But but now it's like, do I buy a second set, Lucy?
No, I don't. I feel like that's a little extreme, but live your best life. I don't know. I don't believe in.
I have the NWO shelf, Kevin. Like, what?
I don't believe in double sets. I
can't put those boxes on the shelf.
Like, to each their own, and please collect as you want, whatever makes you happy. But I'm not going to get 2 sets. It's just too much. But
yeah, I mean, at one point in time, I had 2 sets of each of the first 3 lines of AEW figures, one loose, one mint on card. Because I have a problem, but I got rid of I sold all of those. Well, almost all of those. Yeah, I mean, hey, do what you got to do.
You do.
But that is it for my pickups this week. So I guess wait and see. I'm sure I'll end up ordering something this week, and then I'll get a disapproving look from my wife. But
as you go, yeah,
until I get served divorce papers, that's still going fine. I don't have a problem till then.
There we go. That's hopefully lines of communication will allow for a conversation before such thing.
I would hope so. I mean, like, I would totally hope so, but happened to my parents. So I mean, like,
dark turn.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that one coming. But I was 7. So I mean,
that was a swerve.
Right. No. Oh yeah. That was definitely a Vince Russo booked marriage and divorce.
Well, on a lighter note, you reminded me because you talked about last week when you said you ended up getting that. I did not get that 4-pack. I just don't have as much. Just NWO doesn't have a bigger part in my heart as you do. But however, Spider-Man though, I did get that pre-order that Mary Jane and Green Goblin 2-pack VHS. So.
I'm still kicking it around. I got a few of the Carnage Venom 2-packs, or not Venom, but the Carnage symbiote Spider-Man 2-packs saved in my saved listings on eBay. So maybe that's what I'll have next week. Who knows?
Never know. Great week for collecting.
Always a great week for collecting.
It's always a great day to collect. But make sure that if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel if you want to keep getting videos like this.
Get us to 1,000 subscribers.
Let's go.